African American man, the black man, the Negro, whatever you want to call him, we're not a nation no more. We're too worried about fighting each other. We're too worried about beefing with each other. We're too worried about making rap disses about each other.
You shall leave your name for a curse.
What's called African American?
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
It's a curse to be called African American. It's a curse to be called black.
Keep the commandment.
The Lord say,
Keep the commandment.
one more time.
Keep the commandment.
Oh, all praise to the Most High. Hey, y'all got a minute for the Bible real quick? Excuse me. Give me Isaiah chapter 51 and start at verse 1. All right, bring that up.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 1. Hearken to me.
The Lord say,
Hearken to me.
Right, people don't want to hearken. Hey, brother, you got a minute for the Bible? Let me read you one verse real quick.
It's one verse.
Read that again.
Hearken to me.
Right, the Lord said, hearken to me. The curse is on our people because the Lord said, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. He's pleading with Israel to hearken and hearken, but what do they want to do? They want to turn away the shoulder. They don't want to listen. Hey, brother, you got a minute for the Bible? Read that again. Say, hearken to me.
Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness.
Ye that follow after righteousness. Do y'all follow after righteousness? What is righteousness? Jesus, give me Deuteronomy 6 and verse 25. Listen to this real quick, brother. Y'all come back up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse number 25.
Go.
And it shall be our righteousness
It shall be our righteousness, right?
if we observe to do all these commandments,
If we do what?
to do all these commandments.
Right, the commandments. Do you keep the commandments, brother? You say you sinning? Right, so the Lord said righteousness is keeping the commandments. And part of the commandments is having works and faith at the same time, right? You got faith, brother? All right, brother, you gotta have faith, right? Because you can't just rely on yourself. Now, do you know the commandments you're supposed to be keeping? You know some commandments? All right, what commandments you know? Uh-huh.
Have no idols.
Absolutely, no idols. Right? Give me Leviticus 19 and give me verse 17. So when you read the Bible, you got it's more than 10 commandments, brother. Because if you read the 10 commandments, there's stuff that you know just growing up, the things that are wrong, but they're not listed in the 10 commandments, which means it's more than 10 commandments, right? Read.
Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
The Lord say,
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
that's not in the 10 commandments, but doesn't that make sense that you shouldn't hate your own brother? You shouldn't hate your own people? All right, like what's your race? You're Hispanic? From where? El Salvador? South America?
Yeah.
You could be from the tribe of Zebulon. You ever heard that you would be from the tribe of Zebulon? Right? You know what Zebulon is? Zebulon is the son of Israel. In the Bible. You heard of Israel? That was a man in the Bible. Give me Genesis 32 and 28 real quick. Israel is a man in the Bible, and he had 12 tribes. Right? So you got Judah, you got Benjamin, you got Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulon, right? Gad, and so on. You will come from the tribe of Zebulon. Read that.
Genesis 32 and 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
Right, because Jacob wrestled an angel, and his name was changed to what?
But Israel.
But what?
But Israel.
Right, and then he became the father of the Israelites, right? Read.
For as a prince hast thou power with God.
Right, we are the princes on the earth, right? So, do you know you're an Israelite, brother? Have you ever heard that before? Has anybody ever told you you're an Israelite? Right, why haven't you go to church? You go to church sometimes? Do they speak about who the Israelites are? Because those are God's chosen people.
Right.
Give me Joel chapter 2 and verse 27 real quick. You gotta know these things, brother, because it's important. Give me Luke 1 and 16. Come. If you got Joel, bring that up. Give me Luke 1 and 16. Come. Listen to this, brother.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27.
Break it up.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
This is the Most High speaking. He said, I'm in the midst of Israel.
and that I am the Lord your God,
He's the God of Israel,
and none else.
of everybody.
And none else.
Right, he said, and none else. That's coming out the Holy Bible, brother. You got this Bible at home. This is Joel chapter 2 and verse 27. He says he's the God of Israel. If he's the God of Israel, we have to know who Israel is. Because if you're not an Israelite, then you're just doing this in vanity.
Right.
You're just following something that has nothing to do with you, which everybody does. Everybody reads the Bible, but the Bible is not for everybody. Did you know that?
Right.
Did you know that? Right. That's because, is that taught in church? What kind of church you go to?
So, Christian church.
Christian church? There's different type of races in there. But did you know the Lord is a separatist? Did you know the Lord is against nations mingling with each other? Right? Give me Matthew 25 and 31. Read Luke 1 and 68.
Luke chapter.
You got different? All right, give me Matthew 19, 16.
Book of Matthew chapter 19 verse 16.
So read all the Israelites, brother. Don't call yourself Hispanic. Hispanic means your property is Spain. Because what happened to the blacks and Hispanics? We were both conquered by who? By the white man. Yeah, right. They put them all together, so-called white men. We were conquered by like the English, French, and the Northern Kingdom will be Hispanics were conquered by Spaniards and things like that, right? Read.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have eternal
He
life?
said, how do I have eternal life? This is who they call Jesus Christ, right?
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
The Lord say,
Keep the commandments.
Right, so you gotta keep the commandments, brother. So the commandments you heard, well, it's more than 10 commandments, right? Let me Deuteronomy chapter 14 and 8. Let me give 3 commandments for you different.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 and 8.
Right, so the first commandment I gave you is thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. You can't hate your own people. These are your brothers. These are the names they gave us during slavery. These are the true names, right? 3.
And the swine.
You know what swine is? Pork, ham, bacon, pepperoni, 3.
Because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud. It is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh.
The Lord said,
Ye shall not eat of their flesh.
As an Israelite, you can't eat pork because the Lord gave us a dietary law. You can't just eat anything that moves, anything that walks. You wouldn't eat an armadillo, would you? Absolutely not. You can't eat a pig either, right? Read.
Nor touch their dead carcass.
Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat.
Right. So you eat stuff. You eat, seafood. All right. So read that again.
These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, all that have fins and scales.
So if they come out the water, it has to have fins and scales, like what? Right. Read.
Shall ye eat, and whatsoever have not fins and scales, ye may not eat.
If it doesn't have fins and scales, you can't eat. So what type of seafood you like to eat? Shrimp. Does shrimp have fins and scales? Can you eat it? What else you like to eat? Besides shrimp. Salmon. Does that have fins and scales? So you can eat it.
Right.
You eat crabs? Do they have fins and scales? You can't eat it. You know why? They bottom feeders.
Right.
The Lord has a purpose for every creature on the earth. They are meant to clean the oceans.
Right.
Be filters. They're not meant for consumption. That's slave food, prison food. That's not for you, brother. Let me give you one more. One more. Give me Exodus 28. One more before you do. Come on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse number 8.
Bring it out.
Remember the Sabbath day,
You know what the Sabbath day is, brother? Read.
to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
The 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. What's the 7th day of the week? Right. How you say Saturday in Spanish? Sábado. Saturday. Same thing, right? And what does it mean? It means rest. Right. You're supposed to rest on the Sabbath day. So which was yesterday. You can't do any work, buying and selling. It's supposed to be a holy convocation and not doing any physical labor. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Read.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and the earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day.
Read.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Right. So as an Israelite, you can't eat pork. You can't eat your brother. You gotta keep the Sabbath day. You can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Those are just a couple commandments, but you gotta learn more, brother. I saw you walk past the first time you were looking, you were interested. That's because it called out to you, brother.
Right.
That's because it's the truth, brother. right? You're not Hispanic. That's just a label the white man uses. We're not black. That's just a color. We're not African American. Those are two white people, right? We're not any of these things. You gotta come out of the mindset of being an American and being an Israelite, brother. All right, here, take this flyer. You got the YouTube channel on it. You from Baltimore?
I'm from Washington.
You live in Baltimore? Oh, you live in DC? All right, but we here every Friday and Saturday, so you can come back out and learn more. All right, brother, the Israelites, DC. Come on. Now get the Northern Kingdom.
Right.
That's right. Hebrews. Right. Go back to Isaiah chapter 51. Y'all got a minute for the Bible real quick?
Check your back.
All right, brother. We Israelites, God's chosen people.
All right. Say it again.
I said we Israelites, God's chosen people. Those are the chosen people of the Bible. We got to repent and keep God's commandments.
That's right.
Get the brother fly. Right? Go back. Read Isaiah 51. Read verse 1 again.
Isaiah 51:1. Hearken to me,
What the Lord say?
Hearken unto me.
Read.
ye that follow after righteousness.
Ye that what?
Ye that follow after
Right,
righteousness.
we have to follow after righteousness, not follow after wickedness, not following after the things they give you in this world. Social media, they got all these rappers and stuff just being stupid. They got war kicking off, and people worried about rap battles and beefs.
Right.
Worried about worried about mixtapes and Diddy. They saying me. Worried about freak meal. Right. Yeah, our people you know how they say Jake, he's never serious. Our people are never serious.
Right.
It's gonna be serious when bombs start dropping. When they start kicking doors down. When you see a real actual race war kick off, that's when it's gonna get serious. It's not gonna be jokes no more. Not gonna be time to laugh at everything. Right? Our people gotta be serious, right? Read.
Ye that seek the Lord, look unto the rock whence ye are hewn,
Right.
and to the hole of the pit whence ye are digged.
Right. Y'all got a minute for the Bible real quick?
2 minutes.
Yeah, read y'all verses.
Go ahead, read one.
I got
2 minutes.
I got time.
Yeah, go on, learn something about your history, huh?
The Bible? Can you do?
Say it again.
I believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
All right. Can you? All right, we got $1 million question for everybody. Nobody has gotten it right. Y'all gonna be the first ones to get it right? All right, question. All right. We need y'all to find African American in the Bible. Go Google it. All right, yeah, Google it. Nobody Googled it yet. You might be,
Right.
you're the first person to Google it.
Right.
See if the words African American are in the Bible. And while you Google that, I'm gonna just let you know it's not in there.
See that?
It's a question you can't get right because it's not in there, brother. So why are we called African American? Who called us African American?
White people.
Why they do that? Why? Let me. Why didn't they call us? Why didn't they call us what God called us? Why would they change that? Turn that sign around for me up. You know who this is? No. You said Jesus. Right. Jesus is a so-called white man. Y'all agree? I don't agree either. Why? All right. So if he's not a so-called white man, why is he painted out to be a white man? Why did they tell you that's your God? Right, but it got to be a reason. You can't just like they tripped and fell and painted him white by accident. Right? They was colorblind when they was painting. There has to be a reason. We saw 83 and 2. Read that. Yeah, you can read Psalm 49. Listen to this real quick. 11. Read Psalm 83 and 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
So right, this is talking about a man that's proud. It's saying that house shall continue forever, meaning they're never going to be taken down. They're the strongest people on the earth. Who thinks like that? What man on the earth, what race on the earth thinks they're the strongest people and they're never going to be taken down? Right. That's pride. They can never be taken down. They say they got the strongest military. Nobody trying us. Right? Read.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
Read.
They call their lands after their own names.
They do what?
They call their lands after their own names.
Right. America is named after Amerigo Vespucci. Right. So-called Italian. Africa is named after another so-called white man, Bill Scipius Africanus. Right. 2 white men, but they say you're African American. Do you descend from 2 different white people? You can't be African American. That doesn't make sense. Right. Read. That's it on that. Go to Psalms 83. Go to verse 3.
This is Psalms chapter 83 and verse 3.
Read out.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a
He
nation.
said, let us cut them off from being a nation. Meaning the African American man, the black man, the Negro, whatever you want to call him, we're not a nation no more because we're too worried about fighting each other. We're too worried about beefing with each other. We're too worried about making rap disses about each other. Instead of coming together as a people and strengthening each other. Give me Isaiah 65 and 15. Give me Luke 22 and 31. Read.
That the name of Israel,
What's the name of what?
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Has anybody ever, you ever been to church? Yes. Does your pastor ever say you're an Israelite, you have to keep God's commandments? Hey, your pastor told you you was an Israelite? What church?
It's something. I really don't know that. But we was there earlier this morning.
And your pastor said you are an Israelite, you're not black.
No, not this morning. Not this morning.
What morning he say that?
A couple Sundays.
A couple Sundays ago. I want to meet this pastor.
Right. Yeah.
What kind of church is it? What's the denomination? What's the religion?
I've only been there a couple times.
That's
So I
all.
really
I've
don't
only
know.
been there a couple times.
Right, we want to hear this church because those things aren't taught in the church.
Right.
They say it doesn't matter. They say your race doesn't matter. They say the Lord is colorblind. The Lord has color, right? Bring out those precepts. Okay. Give me Revelation 1 and 14. 65 and 15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and 15. And you shall leave your name for a curse.
What's going to happen to the Israelites?
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
What's called African American?
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
It's a curse to be called African American. It's a curse to be called black. Read.
Unto my chosen, for the Lord God shall slay thee, and call his servants by another
And
name.
do what?
And call his servants by another name.
That's why your nationality changes every 15 years. We was Negro, then we was African American, then we was niggas, then we black, and then we ADOS, and then
Colored.
we Aboriginal, then we're colored. That's why we got all these different nationalities.
Right.
Because we don't serve the Lord. We're too worried about other things instead of serving the Lord. Bring that out, Luke.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22,
Listen to
verse
this.
31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you,
Right.
that he may sift you as wheat.
Hey, man, what?
That he may sift you as
He
wheat.
says Satan desires to have you. Now, when you're going into, when you're not, hearkening to, listening to the words of the Lord, and you're following after other things, and other things are a distraction to you, that means Satan already got you. He's pushing you away from the word, meaning you're not receiving the knowledge. Because according to Matthew, the 19th chapter, the Lord said, how did the Lord say you must get in the kingdom of heaven? By how? By how? Right, but so Satan already got you because you don't know how to get into the kingdom of heaven. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these brothers ain't know it at first because nobody has taught us these things. Read.
But I have prayed for thee,
But I what?
But I have prayed for thee.
Read.
that thy faith fail not.
Right.
And when thou art converted, strengthen thy
The
brethren.
Lord say.
Strengthen thy brethren.
Right. We're supposed to strengthen our people. The Lord said, when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. That means our people should come together and lift each other up instead of trying to tear each other down.
Right.
Right? That's why we're trying to teach you that you're an Israelite, brother. And not a Negro, not a nigga, not a thug, not a basketball player, not a rapper. All right, brother, take the slide before you dip. It's Spanish. All right. We Israelites. Check that flyer out. And we out here every Friday and Saturday, brother. Come back again.
I've been here a couple times.
All right, brother. All right, so next time we ask you, don't say black, all right? Say Israelite.
Right.
We have a problem, right? I'll praise you. Right? Go to Zechariah and give me verse 11. Go to verse 8. Lead us on.
Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse number 8.
Look at that hoe.
3 shepherds also I cut off in 1 month, and my soul loved them, and their soul also abhorred me. Then said I will not feed you that dieth, let it die.
7 and 8. Like, verse 7. Come.
Zechariah, chapter 7 and verse number 8.
I got a minute for the Bible. I don't believe in God. I got one verse for you.
Wow.
Our people don't believe in God.
Right.
It's lip service. That's what they just talk. It's just for Instagram. It's just for Facebook. Yeah, it's for their club, their social club. Our people don't believe in God. If the people really read the words of the Lord, they wouldn't. Well, if they read the words of the Lord, they wouldn't believe. Because it'll go against everything they were taught. It would cut them to the heart, like they did in Acts the 7th chapter. They would get cut to the heart and say, "Oh, I don't agree with that."
Right.
I remember it was a while ago, a couple years ago, a sister, when we was bringing out the precepts, she was like, "Well, I don't serve a God like that." We was like, we know you don't serve a God like that. We know you don't serve a God like that. You serve a so-called white man, right?
Right.
Read. Go on, bring it on.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse number 31.
Bring it out.
And they come unto thee as the people coming, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
They do what?
But they will
But
not
they
do
will not
them.
do them.
Right, it says they hear my words. Read on.
But they will not do
It
them.
says they hear my words, but they will not do them. You know how many people sit up here and say, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to report no more. I'm not going to You know how many people say that? And they go right home and start cooking bacon?
Right.
And fire up the stove. and we give them the link to the fringes, and they delete the link. And they not an Israelite they no more. They Negro. They reverted. They started off with black, now they reverted back to Negro. They went from black Israelite to Negro.
Right.
Our people hear the word but don't do it. They just say that so they can be like, all right, now I can leave. I told them what they wanted to hear.
Right,
And we
right,
see it on people. We see through that, right? Read.
For with their mouth they shoot much
The
love.
Lord say,
For with their mouth they shoot much love.
right, because they walk past, they say, I have Jesus in my heart. I have the word in my heart. The Lord is not in your blood pumping organs. Right? That doesn't make sense.
Right.
Read.
But their heart goeth after their covetousness.
What the Lord say?
But their heart goeth after their
Right,
covetousness.
their heart is far from me. Right, read.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song
Right.
of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
But they what?
But they do them not.
Right, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. They just want to hear a sweet song. They just want to hear nice things. Read.
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then they shall know that a prophet hath been among them.
Then they shall what?
Then they shall know that a prophet hath been among them.
Right, they gonna know that the prophets have been among them. So right now, when they walk past now, and they be like, oh, it's just a bunch of niggas screaming at me with a Bible. Right, here go the black Hebrew Israelites again.
Right.
They gonna yell. They gonna tell me to put a dress on. They gonna tell me I can't eat pork anymore.
Right,
They
right.
got their staffs and that smoke, whatever that smell is, and they going to scream at me. That's how they portray us on social media.
Right.
That's how the little Edomite girl came. Hey brother, you got a minute for the Bible real quick? You got a minute for the Bible, bro?
On my way back, I'm coming back.
All right, Lord willing. All right. That's how the little girl was lying on us yesterday.
Right,
Said we
right.
beat out women.
Right.
We sell drugs.
Right.
Do coke.
Right.
Just making all these false accusations. That's what happened. That's what social media is. Social media really destroys our people.
Right.
It gives people a false image. And you could do anything. You could edit these videos.
Yeah.
You could do the AI, make the lips look like they're saying something different. Slice a video and cut out. They do all types of wickedness. That's why people are saying we're beating our wives. That's a lie. We teach against that.
That's right.
They saying we sell drugs. We teach against that. It doesn't
Right.
make sense. Y'all come listen to the Bible real quick. Real quick.
I'm good right
You
now.
got a minute.
I got you.
Lord woke him up, right?
All right, go ahead.
Give him a minute, right?
I got you.
All right, all praise to the Most High. What's your name?
Akaya.
Isaiah?
Kazim.
Kazim?
Akaya.
Okay, right? Y'all believe in God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, y'all believe in God, right?
Yep.
How did God say you get into the kingdom of heaven? In Matthew 19:16.
Believe. Like that.
Don't y'all want to go to heaven?
Yeah, sure.
But you have to know. We're going to read it. So what we do is we go into the Bible and tell people what the Lord actually said. We don't just go and just start speaking our own mind, because I can say anything. I can start lying. But we're going to show you the cold hard truth of what the Bible says, right?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16.
Bring it out.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Right. So a man is coming to Christ and saying, what shall I do to have eternal life? Read.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
Right?
But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
The Lord say,
Keep the commandments.
one more time.
Keep the commandments.
Right. Y'all keep the commandments? You try to keep them?
Try.
Try to keep them? Try. You know the commandments? No.
I'm being straight honest. I'm being straight honest. I gotta be honest.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15 real quick. And give me Numbers 15 and 38. So if you gotta know the commandments to keep them. Right? So you might keep some, I'm pretty sure it's some y'all keep. You probably don't even know it's a commandment. I guarantee you I can pull up one right now. You already keep it, but you don't even know it's a commandment. Because they teach against it. Right? How old are you?
I just turned 17.
20 cents. All right. So give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15 real quick.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right, hearken means to listen. So you have to listen, meaning read the words of the Lord. Read.
to observe to do all his
You have
commandments
to listen to his commandments.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
That what?
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so if you don't keep the commandments, let alone know them, you're going to be cursed as a people. Right? Aren't our people cursed?
Yeah,
Y'all from
most of
Baltimore?
us. Yeah,
Y'all
right.
from Baltimore?
No, I'm not from here, but yeah.
But y'all live here?
He's
See
from here.
Let's see how bad it is here. Where you from, brother?
New York.
Bad there too. Right, everywhere our people live is bad. And I keep saying our people for a reason. Because the Bible was given to a group of people. It wasn't given to everybody. Y'all heard of Moses?
I heard of it.
All right, Moses belonged to a specific people. Moses was an Israelite. Right? Give me Numbers 15 and 38. Listen to this.
Book of Numbers, chapter 15 and 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
What the Lord say?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Who are the children of Israel today on the earth?
Supposed to be yes.
How would you know? I thought we was black. We ain't black.
We is black. Yeah, we
We
is.
black.
We is.
So, all right. So are we supposed to be reading this? It say speak to the children of Israel. It didn't say
So
speak
we're
to
not
the
supposed to be
children.
reading it then.
They don't say speak to the children of black.
Right, so not supposed to be reading.
So who's supposed to be reading?
Supposed to be reading to the children of black, not
The
Israel.
children of Israel?
But you just said the Israel people not black.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said, read that again.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Right, but you said we black, right?
Yeah.
Now black is the color of my jacket. Am I black?
Not really. Brown skin, only African American.
But who? You said African American. African American are named after two different white people.
Right.
I don't descend from two different white men. I don't descend from two different white men.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense for us to be black or African American. When did we learn those names? Y'all familiar with history?
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm saying, when did our people learn those names? 'Cause they didn't hear about America prior to the 1600s.
Right.
It wasn't called America prior to the 1600s. So what was we called? What was we called before that?
Niggas.
Well, let me ask 13 and 1. Right? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is that black and African American is not a nationality. That was something you learned on slavery. You trying to put that sound from During this time, they stripped us of our heritage, right? Because our people can't name anything about our people past the 1600s. What was we doing before then, before we got off them boats? Who were our kings? Do we have kings? Not that, well, we do. We just don't know it because it was stripped from us. We do have kings. What was our language before we were speaking English? What kind of
French or something like that?
No, it wasn't French. What kind of customs did we have? What kind of food did we eat? You got to know who you are, because what they did, and it worked on our people. What they did is they beat us to the point, physically and mentally, that we started going by what they said. They put a leash on us, and then they took the leash off, and we still walking right next to them like a dog, instead of being the king that you're supposed to be. That you're supposed to be.
True. It's an Acts 13.
You drop that. Give me Numbers 15:38.
Numbers 15 and 38. Speak unto the children of Israel,
So this is talking about the children of Israel, right?
and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Right, so these are fringes, right? Brother got them on, brother got them on, brother got them on. You would say all these brothers black, and it's telling the children of Israel to wear fringes. Why do you think they got fringes?
Because there is Israel.
Because we Israelites, brother, we not black. Those brothers from when they were young, they were deceived and told they were black. But they came and understood and read the Bible that we are the children of Israel. Black is just made up. African American is made up. Negro is made up. Those things don't apply to us. Right? Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments
Right.
throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Right, so our fringes could be any color, but the guy had his border of blue. Like he got the silver on, I got the purple on, right? He got the he got silver. He got 2 pair of fringes on, right? 'Cause his brother loves his heritage. He loves being an Israelite. There's no better thing on the earth than to be an Israelite. You know why? Because the Lord gave the kingdom and rule is going to give the kingdom and rulership to the Israelites, and that's what He loves. He's going to set the Israelite man above all people. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 20. No, finish reading that, Select. And then read Deuteronomy 28:54.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Right, so you're supposed to look at your fringes and remember the commandments of the Lord. Like we were talking about earlier, our people don't know the commandments because they aren't taught. So this is one commandment, right? So fringes, we're going to show y'all how to get fringes too, right? Read.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Read verse 47.
Come. Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Right, so he's saying since you don't serve the Lord, you have to serve your enemies. When do we have to serve? That's called a prophecy, bro. Right. This was written thousands of years ago, but he's saying in the future, we're not going to serve the Lord. Our people don't serve the Lord. What's the Lord's name? The letter J was just invented in the 1500s, right? 1524. How would his name be Jesus?
Wake him up, huh?
This is who our people serve.
I thought he wasn't white.
Is he? Is he? Don't let me know. I thought Christ was an Israelite. And we saying we the Israelites, so what would Christ look like?
Us?
Exactly. So what's going on with that? What's that about? It's made up, but it's made up for a reason to deceive you. So now every time you look at that image, you see the white man as God. And I'm not saying y'all, but subconsciously our people see ourselves as inferior. And you know why we see ourselves? You know how I can tell that? Because they say when you get around a bunch of so-called white people, everybody starts to speak proper. Well, let me pronounce all my words. Let me make sure I'm speaking eloquently.
Right.
To impress them. Our people do that. Our people do that. Maybe when you was younger, your parents were like, stand up straight, sit straight. Right. Make sure you chew your food 20 times. You're doing all these things to impress them. For what?
Stop embarrassing me.
Right, stop embarrassing me. They say, stop embarrassing me in front of all these white people. Right. Our people are subconsciously scared of them, and we don't even realize it. We do everything. We try to make them feel included. It might be a bunch of our people, and music might be going, might be dancing, and then they try to join in, and they mess it all up. They all out of rhythm, doing the wrong dance, don't even know what song is playing, and our people still cheering them. And our people do that.
Right.
You got people defending them. And that's what our people do, because we see him as God, because that's what they did to us as slaves. They instilled that fear in us.
Right.
So read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
Hey brothers, if all the markets close down, the 7-Elevens, the fast food, all that stuff closed down, where are we gonna get our food from? How are we gonna eat? From where though?
Ain't no animals.
Exactly. So right now we're in servitude. Our people are still in slavery. Our people don't realize it.
Right.
Because if they closed all the markets down, we're not gonna have anywhere to go. Our people don't. You're not a farm, brother. You're not a hunt. Yeah, fishing counts. Huh? You're not a fish. Are you not a gutted, skinned? All this. Our people don't know how to do that because we've been pacified. During slavery, they gave you your shelter, they gave you your clothes, they gave you your food,
Right.
They gave you your water, they gave you your driver's license, they give you your phone, they give you your education, they give you your job, just how they do now. We're still slaves in this society and people don't realize it. And we're pacified to the point where we rely on government assistance, rely on food stamps. And it's because we didn't serve the Lord thy God. We still don't serve him because we don't even know his name. You want to take a
picture right there.
Go ahead, you got to stand right there.
Money over there. Which one?
And in want of all things,
You go on the other side of the church.
and he shall,
Right, and read that again.
and in want of all things.
And in one of all things, brother. Like when y'all drive, I ain't driving yet, but when y'all go get your license, thanks, bro. All right, no problem. But I can't give you a license, brother. You gotta get those things from the government. You gotta give it a state issued ID.
Right.
Do we run the state? Do we run the government? Do we have a seat at the United Nations? We don't have any power. We don't have any power in this place. The only thing we can do is come back to the Lord. Right? Give me Hosea chapter 13, verse 10. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck,
What the Lord said that was going to happen to us?
and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
The same man, you got to go to food, water, clothes, education, a job, housing, cars, is going to put iron upon your neck. Chains, right? Read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he has destroyed you. Now we so destroyed, we got to forgive and forget mentality. It happened in the past. Don't worry about it. It didn't happen that long ago. That was still
Wake 'em
slavery.
up, huh?
That was still slavery like this in the early 1900s.
Come.
Abraham Lincoln didn't free the slaves.
Right.
All the presidents, our presidents were slave owners. George Washington was taking the teeth out of slaves. All the people on Mount Rushmore, Mount Rushmore was a sacred land to the so-called Native Americans. And what they put their face on it.
Right.
How disrespectful was that? What if you had something in your house that you worked a long time on, and you put a lot of effort into it, and somebody gonna come in and cut your face out the picture and say, "This is mine now."
Right.
What you gonna do about it? Get out the house.
Right.
You can't do, and that's what happens to our people. But our people are our race is the only race. Oh, we gotta love, we gotta forgive everybody.
Right.
Just hug them. We gotta be the most forgiving race on the earth.
Right.
When did the Lord say forgive them?
Right.
When did the Lord say forgive them?
Right.
I thought the Lord was about vengeance. I thought the Lord said, "Whatsoever a man soweth, he shall reap." Meaning, whatever you put in, you're going to get in return.
Right.
So if you sow wickedness, you're going to get wickedness returned to you. That's in the Bible. That's Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Right? Read.
The Lord shall bring a
So
nation.
let's sit on that. So right now, this is talking about the Israelites. Everything we've been reading is talking about the Israelites. Who does that fit? If we got all the races lined up on the earth, who does that fit? Does that fit the Japanese name? Does he have his own economy? His own currency? In Japan? They do. They got their own land. They got their own heritage. Yeah, they got their own heritage. They got their own culture. Does that fit him? Who are the Israelites? If this talk about the Israelites and you had to pick a race to say, oh, it has to be those people because they're going through the curses prophesied in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. What race would that fall upon? That has to live, that has to be in servitude. That has to live in a condition where our brothers are treating each other and our women hate each other and the kids don't listen to their parents and the parents don't care about the kids. What race of people does that happen to? Does that happen to everybody? As a nation, that's happened to our people. That's because we are the Israelites.
That's
right.
And Christ was the Israelite, but they say it's this man. Give me Revelation 1 and 14. We're going to read about what Christ looks like. They say it's this man. They say this man is the Israelite. This is God's chosen people. We're going to read about what God's chosen people look like. Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
What?
Were white like wool.
What people on the earth have woolly hair? You know what woolly hair is? The hair on your head. That's what woolly type hair is, like a sheep. They said Christ had hair like wool. Does he have hair like you? All right, let's strike one. Read.
As white as snow.
All right.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet was the color of what?
Fine brass.
His feet was the color of fine brass.
Antoinette!
Y'all know what color brass is?
I know you hear me, Antoinette.
Anybody know what color brass is?
Antoinette.
It's like, dark brown. Kind of.
Brass is brown. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Is this skin color brass burned in a furnace? How is this Christ? How is he an Israelite? How is he a Jew? Who is that man?
Right.
Right.
Like I said earlier, that's just an image. That's just an imposter. That's what he is. Song of Solomon 1 and 5. We're going to read about another Jew.
Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
This is the forefather of Christ.
I am black,
I am what?
I am black,
But what?
but comely.
Right, go to verse 10.
Verse number 10.
Solomon said, I am black but comely. When you go into the Hebrew, he's talking about he had dark skin, right? Read.
My beloved spake and say unto me.
Verse 10.
Oh, Salaki.
Same.
Salaki. Verse 10. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
Solomon had jewels in his teeth. What people on the earth got diamonds in their teeth? Rocking the fronts. What people on the earth rock fronts?
Grills.
Grills?
Israel people want to say black people.
Black people, Israelites, right?
Yeah.
So-called black people.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Right. It'll be our people.
Yeah.
Right.
Read.
Thy neck with chains of gold.
Like what?
Thy neck with chains of gold.
Solomon had fronts and gold chains.
Right.
Who rocks that? Us. That's because this is our forefathers. These are our ancestors. This is one of our kings. Let's say we didn't have any kings. This is one of our kings. Solomon, the so-called wisest man, the so-called richest man that ever lived.
Right.
Right.
That's one of your kings. And you gotta realize that. You gotta realize the magnitude of what that means. That means you're not just a nigga in the street.
Right.
You're not just a thug.
Right.
You're more than a basketball player and a rapper.
Right.
Right.
And you don't have to make your living by just selling drugs to your own people.
Teacher,
That's not love.
right.
Give me Leviticus 19:17 again. That's not love. Selling drugs to your own people isn't love.
Right.
I don't care if it's. I don't care if you. I gotta do it for my kids. You're destroying another family.
Right.
Destroying somebody else's kids. Right. Read. Read it.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
You know.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
No, we should sell them drugs.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy
We
heart.
should fight them over some Jordans.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
The Lord said, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." Doesn't that make sense that you shouldn't hate your own people? After all we've been, just turn that sign up. Slide. After all we've been through, why are we fighting each other?
Right.
What sense does that make?
Right.
We so quick. You give one of your own people the wrong look. Stare at them too long. What you looking at? Or let you have some nice jewelry on and you in the wrong thing. You know, let me see that real quick. And then you get jumped by 4 people.
Right.
We seen a bunch of middle schoolers and high schoolers. They was robbing their own people,
Right.
taking their clothes, throwing them in the harbor. For what? It happens to our people. But for what? You in middle school. What you robbing people? What you throwing your own people in the harbor for? But them same dudes, them middle schools, high schools that do that, they be riding bikes. So-called white men. I see it all the time. They don't rob them.
Right.
They don't fight them.
Right.
They got the utmost respect for them.
Right.
But when it's your own brother, you just a nigga. Because they taught us to hate each other. We still got them chains on our mind. Like when you train a dog long enough, you don't have to put a leash on them.
Right.
You're just gonna keep doing what you say. Right? That's what happened to our people. But give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 26. To serve the Lord, to come out of these curses, to break the generational curses, you have to follow the commandments because the commandments are a way of life. The commandments tell you to love your brother and not fight him. The commandments tell you how to eat and not destroy your own body. The commandments tell you how to be a father, how to be a good member of your society. To your people, right? Come.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Hearken means to listen. If you listen to the Lord,
to observe and do all his commandments,
Right.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
right, the Lord is telling his people, if you keep the commandments, you'll be on high. Now, I asked y'all, did y'all know the commandments? And y'all said y'all didn't, right? So how could you even possibly receive a blessing if you don't follow the instructions of the people? If the Lord is supposed to be our Father, and he gave us good instruction, and we don't follow it, do we deserve good things? If y'all got kids and they don't follow the instructions you give them, do you reward them or do you punish them? You punish them. It doesn't make sense to reward somebody for wickedness.